School Committee meeting of June 10th on Monday at 6:30 p.m. We'll start with the acceptance of the minutes
Motion to approve.
Second.
for May 28th, 2019. All those in favor? That's a vote. I see nothing in communications. In the audience, we have the Rogers Middle School Scholar Leader, Sydney Blaney and Emma Cameron. Ms. Bond?
Just have Sydney tonight.
Emma is not here tonight. She is trying out for soccer. We just found out this morning. She's got a big tryout over in Weymouth. So that's a pretty big deal.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
It is a big deal. So I would like to speak about both of our young ladies for just a second, and then Sydney might have a word or two to say. The Scholar Leader, as you know, is run every single year. We recognize people who are just above and beyond as leaders in our building. You may recall that Sydney and Emma came at the beginning of the year because they went to Mass Maritime representing us.
Right.
So that just shows that they are the cream of the crop that are at the Rogers Middle School. Sydney is involved in our National Junior Honor Society, which she's going to speak about in a few moments. Her grades are stellar all the time. She's just is exactly what we're looking for in Rockland. So on behalf of the middle school, I'd like to congratulate you for being nominated for Scholar Leader.
And I'm going to give this to Ms. Bond. Sydney, you are awarded this certificate for selection in the New England League of Middle School Scholar Leader Program. Congratulations. And did you want to say anything?
Sure. I just like to thank Ms. Bond and Ms. Shipper. They've always pushed me to be the best version of myself that I can be, so I wouldn't be accepting this award without them.
That's wonderful.
That's nice, thank you.
Wonderful.
Mr. Mills, would you like to?
What?
No, what, nothing. I was just name dropping your parents.
Oh, yeah, and my
They're
parents
reasonably
and my
okay.
sister. So,
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm
Thank
proud of
you.
you. You are representing Rockland well.
thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you for that.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
And now we have Rogers Middle School National Junior Honor Society. She's back. Right. I tried to say it quick.
Blaney to come up to the microphone. First of all, let me just say thank you to Mrs. Lonigan, who has done such a great job over the last few years with our National Junior Honor Society. We've asked the kids, because they've done so much great work this year, if they could come and just present a few of the topics or fundraisers that they've had. So Sydney, go ahead.
Hi, I'm the president of National Junior Honor Society, and it's been an honor serving this year. I had a lot of fun. Some of the community service projects that we've done this year are the Bourne National Cemetery. So we invited grades 7 and 8 to come with us to put flags on all the veterans' graves. And we also participated in helping the victims of the Andover gas explosions. So we raised money for them, and we collected items and gave it to Red Cross. And so that was a really big help. We also participated in the fall parent conference, so we made a map of the Rogers Middle School to help parents find their way around the school. And on that same night, we did door knocking and the bake sale, so we raised money for ourselves to go on our field trip at the end of the year. And we would door knock for the 5th and 6th grade teachers to let them know that their time was up for their conferences. We ran a hat and mittens tree, which is a tradition we do at the Rogers Middle School, where we set up a mini tree and we invite students to place hats and mittens on it, and that goes to a very good charity that gives them to the needy. And we also did the Toys for Jocelyn. So one of our participants in National Junior Honor Society came to us with an idea of this little girl who started this campaign almost for just bringing in toys for the kids in the hospital that she was staying in. So we helped out with that during our hat and mitten tree. And we also did Valentine's for Veterans. And along with Valentine's for Veterans, we collected items for the veterans at a local veterans hospital in Brockton. So we collected them for the Brockton VA. And we also donated a large sum of money. And then the last thing that we finished up with was the Women, Infant, and Children Drive. That's a local organization in Rockland, and they help to benefit the low-income families of children 5 and under who need help with diapers, wipes, toys, and so we collected those and we just brought them to the organization.
That's great.
And our field trip this year was a trip to Fenway Park, which we participated in a STEM program where they taught us all about science, engineering, all of that, and then we got to stay for a baseball game.
Oh, right, cool.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Excellent. Good job.
I know, impressive.
How many
Very
flags
impressive.
did you put down in one?
I don't know the exact number, but I know it was definitely over 100.
Oh, yeah. Probably
And
more.
we were joined by other schools too,
Okay.
so it wasn't just us.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good job.
Very
Good.
impressive.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
I would like to, don't worry, I'm not going to embarrass you.
Yeah.
So, Ms. Bond was pointing out how you were, as they say, the cream of the crop. Can you let everybody know here what you do outside of school?
I'm a part of the South Shore Skating Club at the Rockland Ice Rink. I played for the JV high school. I played for JV basketball. I do AAU basketball, and I just finished up my travel basketball career
Oh.
for the Rockland
So,
Middle School.
Wow.
All those hours at the rink and at the gym, and still able to pull the grades and do what you do with community service. That, I wish we could clone you and have, 300 of you in the school system. So, thank you. Amazing.
Thank you.
Keep it up.
Thank
Proud
you.
of
You must not be sleeping though, right?
Right.
Never.
And eating, right,
No.
that's probably not
I
getting
don't do
done.
that.
It's wonderful, really. It's
Get out of her way when she's hungry.
What if she gets to high school?
Yeah. I just went to the
Sky's the
first
limit.
meeting for Student Government Council.
All right.
Good, good.
We didn't think anything less of that.
Well,
The sky's the limit.
Oh,
We're
good.
proud of you.
Sid,
Thank
I've
you.
known you
Couple weeks.
a long time. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
You know, I am. Keep it up.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Good job.
Thank you
Good
all.
job.
Thank you.
That's it. Wonderful.
On to the superintendent's report. Dr. Cron?
Thank you. First, I want to remind folks that bus signups are going on. So if you intend to ride a school bus next year, they actually are due tomorrow. So I encourage you to get those forms in. Forms are available on the school's website, or if you'd like to stop into the office, we have forms there for you as well. So that the sign-up forms are due tomorrow. I would like to congratulate our retirees for this year. We had a very nice ceremony celebrating the retirement of 3 of our teachers this afternoon, but it reminded me of how important it is to thank all of our retirees. So I'd like to just read their names. This year we retired Sheila Freyer, the middle school cafeteria, Nancy Smith, our middle school secretary, Mara Carey, a middle school grade 7 teacher, Joan Mullaney, middle school special education teacher, Donna Lowe from the high school cafeteria, Brenda Smith, who's a custodian at Jefferson, and Kathleen Boolins, a daycare worker. And we thank all of you for your service. This afternoon when I got to speak, I thanked them for the small things that they did all the time, which I'm sure this is staying up on Sunday night to get ready for school the next day. Being kind to the student who was just not so kind to you. Well, they did this for 20 plus years, all of these folks, and they've made a tremendous difference in the life of Rockland students, and we're grateful for their service, so thank you. And finally, on Friday, June 7th, at the State House in Boston, the Jefferson School was honored as one of the state's 52 schools of recognition for their work with student achievement on the MCAS exam. Schools were recognized on Friday for closing achievement gaps, exceeding department expectations for growth from year to year, or for overall achievement. And the Jefferson School was recognized by the Department of Education for exceeding achievement targets. So congratulations to the faculty and staff of the Jefferson School, and especially to Principal Shifley. We're very, very proud of you. You represent Rockland well, so thank you. And that's all I have.
All right.
I had the pleasure of going with you all to
That's
see
great.
Jefferson get their award, and it really was so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm proud of them, so I can add on to that. We'll go on to then reports. Monthly reports for the month of May. We have the administrator's report, the guidance, the nurse, and the pupil personnel services. We have
Full motion to accept?
4 seconds.
all those in favor? And on to the school newsletters for June. Eston, Jefferson Memorial Park, the Rogers Middle School, and the high school newsletters, as always. Do you know someone in that one, Mr. Mills? I have.
So colorful.
They are always colorful, and I have not flipped my papers. And I meant to hold a place open. Mrs. Bissonette and her ducks, I know in my farm family, the ducks are always key, so I can appreciate that. And then on to the building rentals for May. It looks like we're winding down for the summer, which I think is exciting as a mom, with a day and a half to go, right? Into old business. First is a request for approval of the 2019-2020 elementary student handbook.
Motion to accept?
All those in favor? Request for the approval of the 2019-2020 Rogers Middle School student handbook.
Motion to accept?
Second.
All those in favor? And the fundraisers that are completed. We had Memorial Park, the apparel order. They raised $234. And their apparel was selling apparel with the MP Kindness logo on it. So that was cool. The middle school grade 8th Philly trip, they sold their Hilliard's candy bars. They raised $6,933. That's a lot of candy bars.
Was that all candy bars?
All candy bars.
Oh, chocolate.
So that just goes to show you we love our Hilliards in here in Rockland.
And they estimated it was going to be around $2,000.
Right.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. Really
So
good.
very
Somebody's
impressive.
got a stomach ache out there.
Yeah. So the dentist.
The dentist is very thrilled, right? On to new business. We have the Jefferson School PAC Report with Nicole O'Brien and Mrs. Shifley.
So this is just like a brief, and then this one printed 75 pages, so I'll give you
Thanks.
take a brief one. I emailed you a copy too.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to introduce Nicole O'Brien, our Jefferson PAC chair. But before doing so, I want to thank all our PAC volunteers. They volunteer their time, and we could not operate without them. Right by my side this year, especially increasing family engagement. That was a huge goal of ours, and the PAC stands with us to do that. They help us fundraise, plan, brainstorm creative solutions, classroom supplies if there's something that we need that we didn't think of, and their help and their support is invaluable. So thank you very much.
You're welcome. So my name's Nicole O'Brien. This is my second year as PAC chair, but I've been helping for the last 5 years since my daughter was in kindergarten, and I'm going to take it on again next year. I've got a nice little groove going, so we may as well just keep it up. And Bryn's in second grade, so I've got a few more years at Jefferson. So this past year, we really focused a lot on STEAM. That was kind of our goal. We kicked the year off with our Booster-thon. It's our fun run, and that's our biggest fundraiser, and we were really close to our $20,000 mark. We were just shy. So I have a great feeling that if we kind of kick off strong this summer, we might make it. So we basically used all of that money to fund all kinds of STEAM projects throughout the year. We got mobilized carts, and on them was every supply a teacher could need. They did all kinds of projects throughout the year. They had challenges, which class can grow the tallest grass. We did things like catapults and building towers, so we tried to engage all areas of STEAM. And then the teachers at any time when they were ready, they could just wheel their cart in their classroom, and then it was constantly refilled. So that was kind of our big thing. And then we also try to give back to the teachers. So if there are supplies that we need, we make sure that they just submit their receipts to us, and our treasurer supplies them with what we need, because we don't want any teacher having to go out of their own. I was a teacher myself, so I understand the need for just that extra little bit of help. So I just left you with just kind of the things that we do during the year, our fundraisers. Again, our booster-thon is the biggest, but then we try to have fun things like bingo nights and dances, and those are our fundraisers. But like Mrs. Shifley said, we want to be a community where the kids want to come back to school, even not during school hours, and have our parents enjoy time, with their peers and with their children's families. So next year, our goal is really more of, and this is the Girl Scout leader in me, more community service based. So we really want all of our fundraising to go to bettering Jefferson. A lot of our kids, they don't like the bathrooms downstairs. So we think one great thing is let's have a community day where we come in, we paint the bathrooms fresh, we do some inspirational art. Mrs. Shifley had a great idea to build like a Lego wall because we have a lot of kids that really need that sensory bit. But we want to get the school involved, not just myself purchasing the materials, but set up days, even like Sunday afternoons where we can get families in and we can create something together. So that's kind of our goal for next year, is just trying to do some more community active projects. And we're excited. We've got a great team of volunteers that I would literally be lost without, that make it all run well, and a fantastic staff that's very supportive. So, but yeah, all that's there, and there is the giant financials if you need them. You're very welcome.
Booster-thon, $13,000?
I'm sorry?
The booster-thon.
Yes, that was after any expenses.
That
So
was
it
after
was,
the expenses.
and that was just in, one
Really good
day, and
job.
it's a fun day. I know Dr. Cron has come a couple times, and we like to do it in the beginning of the month because it just kind of sets the tone for the year. It's
Yeah.
our big community kickoff. The kids get really excited about it, and it also, the reason I chose this program is it has to do with character development. It's not just, let's just run. They are learning different character traits like zest and integrity and compassion, things that we then try to instill in them the whole year round. So it's a great way to kind of start our school year, and they're already excited about it. And, we still have a day and a half, and they're already really excited and it's just a good way to kind of start
Get 'em
off.
back there.
Yeah, it's
Wonderful.
fun. If you ever
Super
want to
job.
come, cheer us on.
So Nicole not only runs the PAC, but she runs the Snack Shack
I
and
do.
soccer. You have Girl Scouts and Brownies? Just
I
Girl-
do. I have a group of cadets, and my juniors just earned their bronze award last year, and now they're going for their silver award. So look out, because there's
Right.
going to be
So
Girl
she's-
Scouts knocking on your door for some support next year, too.
Super
Yep.
involved mom, rocking it out of the park.
I
so.
try.
Your enthusiasm
Isn't
is
it?
really, it really is.
Well, I love it, and I don't know, I was always brought up to give back, and I think I'm just trying to instill that in my kids, and I figure I'm around all these children, so why not try to instill that in them too, just that sense of let's give back and help where we can.
Good.
That's my goal.
Very good.
Thank
Good job. Excellent
you.
job.
You're
Awesome.
very welcome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you all.
So we want to vote to accept the PAC report.
That was motion to accept.
All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Now we have the,
Excuse me.
okay. We have the Rockland Regional Adult Learning Center 2019 graduation list, and I'm going to try to read these names, and I did practice, Miss Lim.
And thank you for the address. It's already started.
I had the pleasure of going to graduation on Thursday night, and I can tell you, it gives me goosebumps every time you're sitting in the audience to hear their sort of ways of how they all got there and their stories, and just to see how their families are like hooting and hollering in the audience, so proud of them. It's very humbling and, like I said, goosebump worthy. So we first have Jessica Bradley, Alicia Natalia Cuculo, Michael Cuculo, Talita Sagala de Freitas de Oliveira, Edward Vincent Doyle V, Lucas Jefferson Freitas, Christiane Machado, Nicole Elizabeth Martin, Dustin James Murphy, Haley Sue Ramsey, Rachel Renee Rice, Claudia Christina Oliveira Rolla, Shane Tyler Rose, Michael Roginski, and Jonathan White. And congratulations to you all. We don't have to vote on that, no. And then we're going on to the request of approval for fundraisers. We have the preschool PAC, name the playground. I'm wondering if this is their first year. I think this is a great idea. Does anyone know that this is
I've
their
never, I don't
first
think,
year?
I don't remember
It's
seeing
like
this
Name
before.
That Circle in the other schools. I think this is wonderful. They're raising money for spring and end-of-year activities. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
All those in favor? And request for approval of an overnight camping trip with the Environmental Club.
Okay. Question.
Ms. Spalding?
We have the assistant principal here, Ms. Spalding.
I have a couple of questions on this one.
Hi, as you see, you have the request for the field
Yeah.
trip in front of you. I'm kind of here as a substitute because Ms. Armstrong's grading AP science exams in, I forget where, and I was supposed to have some students help me out with this, so you'll have to bear with me, but I'll give it my best.
Okay.
So it's a field trip that is for the students to stay overnight at on
Blueberry Island.
the island in Marshfield called Blueberry Island. And so they're going to stay overnight there, and it's in collaboration with the North and South River Watershed
Right.
Association, and they're going to sponsor them and support them, and there's no cost. The students did it previously, fundraises the money so that they don't have to pay for anything, and they are driving themselves to and from, being transported by parents.
Okay.
Well, it says paddling over to the island.
Yes.
In what equipment? Canoe
Provided.
or provided?
Provided by
Provided.
Is
the,
it, yeah, do they all, can they all
It's-
swim?
It's provided by the North and South River Watershed Association.
Right,
I don't know if all each students can swim.
okay.
I'm sure they probably have life preservers.
I assume that they
I
follow.
would say that they're going
It's
to
a-
follow
Oh,
every
yeah,
rule.
yeah, I don't want to assume anything on that.
I would just say I'm jealous.
I'm jealous too, but the only thing I would really make sure that they do have, life preservers, or,
That they
life
have
jackets.
the real proper
Yeah,
equipment.
they have the proper equipment, the paddling, that whoever's paddling knows how to paddle, because you can go around in circles paddling. I've seen that happen.
I might have done that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty
And,
sure I've seen Tom do that. huh?
Okay, no, I swim over. And the only other thing is, and we have, who's the adults going with them? They're not, besides the North River?
Ms. Armstrong, the teacher, the science teacher, and
Okay.
the AP Environmental Club leader.
Okay. How many students, do you know how many students?
8 students.
Eight.
Dr. Harrison going?
I think they were trying to convince Dr. Harrison to go, but I'm
thought he
not
was
so
there.
sure that his baby girl would let him go for that long. She misses him enough.
So there'll be 3 adults with them.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's an island, how far, I'm looking at, like, if there's a medical emergency, how do they take care of that? I don't see any description of that.
I don't know, we can table it and get answers to those
Right.
questions.
Yeah,
for
I-
you.
say if you're not comfortable,
yeah, I'm really not comfortable
Then
with just the
that's
description
the-
here.
You have the right to not be
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
because I've done these things.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of things that, out of nowhere, stuff happens.
So we'll get answers to
We'll get
those
more
questions for you,
Yeah,
okay,
please,
Ms.
yeah,
Mills?
yeah, I'd like to.
Okay,
Just,
so
um,
motion to table?
Specifically with Ms. Armstrong not
Yeah.
being available because she's
Right.
doing that at the corrections.
Right.
Can we just get a list of what those questions are?
Oh,
Just-
absolutely.
okay,
sure.
Cool,
Yeah.
thanks. Sorry, I just didn't
All
want to be
right.
here again and go like, I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause this is out,
You again.
July
No way.
26th or 28th, yeah, we're not going to be here.
Right,
Okay, yeah.
summer.
so,
I'll
Yeah.
second Tom's motion.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
all
just
those in
not
favor to
The
table?
table, thank
I
you.
agree.
And I'll
I
get
will-
answers to your
Yeah.
questions, Mr. Mills.
agree to that table.
Yeah.
You will.
Now, there's a
thanks.
first.
No, it's not. First, it's a legitimate reason. It's not,
And I'm happy
talking
you
about an
I
early
do-
dismissal.
I do this.
Just, yeah, that's
I'm
fine.
taking a whole bunch of people next week to Fort Devens,
Yeah.
and we go through all
Thank
this.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You have to dance and sing on the way out. On to public service announcements. Ladies first. Ms. Harrison?
Okay. I would just like to congratulate everybody that graduated, and I hope everyone has a nice summer and the rest, only a few days left, so enjoy it. And good luck on the finals that are left.
Mr. Mills?
I kind of echo the same thing. I know, school's winding down, everybody's ready to, head for some type of vacation or just sleep late, a couple of times, and just enjoy yourself on vacation. Be safe, come back and see us in September.
Yes, please.
Mr. Phelps?
Just be sooner than I think he'll be back.
Yeah, I know.
But I
Oh,
echo the same
August.
thing, and especially be safe.
Yeah.
Take care of yourselves. help your mother and your father,
Yeah.
you'll have all extra time to be able to
Yeah.
do that.
I'm telling my children that you said so.
Okay.
Mr. Garofalo?
First, I want to commend everybody who graduated. I thought the whole ceremony was amazing. I really enjoyed Mr. Elled's dual speeching, if you will, as he was both the president and the valedictorian, which
Good.
I don't remember that happening all that often. So I think that's a even more testament to some of the kids we have going through our school system. Everything was great. I'm so proud of the entire class. Be safe this summer with everybody, because, hey, we're done in a day and a half. And enjoy the summer, behave, and I look forward to seeing what you guys all do next year.
Yes.
And I don't think I have much to say either. I enjoyed the graduation. I enjoyed the Thursday night graduation as well. I know we've had a handful, more than a handful of events that we've gotten to enjoy in the month of April and May. And it's been a pleasure to sit in the seat and do all of that, and for you all to have my back while I'm learning to be this chairman. So thank you all for that. I appreciate you all. We do have one more meeting before the end of the year, or into the summer for us, but so thank you for that. With that, we'll go into a motion to poll the committee and to not reconvene into open session for the purpose of discussion non-union salaries.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
And I agree.
Okay.
Thank you and have a good night.
All right.